Welcome to the studio at That Nerd Show. I am Marcus Blake, and this is your daily nerd news for Monday, March 9th, 2020. Our top stories of the day take us to the world of film, and it's with a heavy heart that we announce the passing of another great classic movie actor. Max von Sydow passed away yesterday at the age of 90. He was the star of such films as The Exorcist, The Seventh Seal, and the cult classic where he played Emperor Ming in Flash Gordon. The actor's 65-year career spanned acclaimed art house films, Hollywood blockbusters, and of course television. In recent years, he played Lorne Santeca in Star Wars The Force Awakens. He was also the Three-Eyed Raven in Game of Thrones and voiced a character on The Simpsons. His widow issued a statement. It is with a broken heart and with infinite sadness that we have the extreme pain of announcing the departure of Max von Sydow. But a little bit more about him. He was born in Lund, Sweden. Von Sydow studied at Stockholm's Royal Dramatic Theatre before getting his start in the film business through his work with mentor Ingmar Bergman, the great Swedish filmmaker. The pair's credits included the world of cinema classic The Seventh Seal, in which he portrays a man who plays a chess game with death, the Oscar-nominated Wild Strawberries, and the Oscar-winning The Virgin Spring. After gaining international recognition through his Bergman films, von Sydow made the move to Hollywood in the mid-1960s, appearing as Jesus in George Stevens' The Greatest Story Ever Told, and then receiving Golden Globe nominations for Hawaii in 1966 and as the title character in The Exorcist in 1973. He received 2 Oscar nominations for his lead in Billy August's 1987 drama Pele the Conqueror, and more recently his supporting role in Stephen Daldry's 9/11 film Extremely Loud and Incredible Close, starring Tom Hanks. Showcasing his enduring versatility, the 2000s saw von Sydow take roles in the box office hit Rush Hour 3, Julian Schimbal's award-winning film The Diving Bell and the Butterfly, and of course he collaborated with Martin Scorsese on Shutter Island and with Steven Spielberg on the film Minority Report with Tom Cruise. And of course, on the small screen, he appeared in Showtime's drama series The Tudors and scored an Emmy nomination for his role as the Three-Eyed Raven on Game of Thrones. One of the most memorable roles here at That Nerd Show that we loved him in, besides Flash Gordon, was playing the evil brewery master in the cult Canadian classic film Strange Brew. His final role was set to be in Nicholas Dimitropoulos' upcoming drama Echoes of the Past, which is in post-production right now. We're saddened by this information, and here at That Nerd Show, we wish his family condolences. He was a great actor and had a lot of memorable roles from films that we absolutely love and have been a part of our lives. He will definitely be missed. In other news, if you have not heard already, the city of Austin, Texas, officials have canceled South by Southwest Festival. It was announced actually on Friday, but the organizers of South by Southwest, which draws hundreds of thousands of visitors and some of Hollywood's and music's biggest stars, announced Friday that they had canceled the annual Arts and Technology Festival, saying that they're devastated but recognize it's necessary to prevent a serious threat of a contagion, the coronavirus. Mayor Steve Adler announced a local disaster Friday afternoon as a precaution because of the rapidly spreading new coronavirus, effectively canceling their annual event that had been scheduled from March 13th to the 22nd. Travis County Judge Sarah Eckhart, the county's top elected official, signed a companion disaster declaration for the county surrounding Austin. The order banned festival gatherings that would attract people from areas where the COVID-19 strain had been found. No one in the Austin area has been found to have the virus, Eckhart said. However, South by Southwest was expected to have drawn an international audience into close quarters, posing a serious threat of the disease spreading. Festival organizers noted that Austin Public Health had stated as recently as Wednesday that there's no evidence that closing South by Southwest or any other gatherings will make the community safer, but that the situation evolved rapidly and they respected officials' decisions. South by Southwest started in 1987 as a small showcase for up-and-coming bands that turned into an international extravaganza, which now includes movie premieres and performances from major artists. The COVID-19 threat is growing rapidly nationally, said Dr. Mark Scott, Interim Medical Director and Health Authority for Austin Public Health. The threat, he said, is growing locally because of what's happening in the rest of the United States and across the world. Right now, the U.S. death toll from the coronavirus has climbed to 14, with all but one victim in Washington state, while the number of infections swelled to over 200, scattered across at least 18 states, including at least 8 cases in the Houston area. The announcement comes days after several high-profile companies, including Netflix, tech news outlet Mashable, video-based social platform TikTok, and U.S. chipmaker Intel pulled out of the festival. More than 50,000 people had signed a petition seeking to get the festival canceled. Actor Kamali Najani, who had been scheduled to attend the festival to promote the Lovebird, said on his Twitter account that he was disappointed, but that he understood. He said that South by Southwest is one of my favorite festivals. Canceling it was the responsible thing to do. I know this sucks for many people for whom this massive opportunity for their films, but we're kind of in an unprecedented situation here, and caution is key. It's not the first time a negative cloud has been cast over the festival. A driver plowed into a crowd outside South by Southwest in 2014, killing 2 people and injuring 23 others. The festival drew 73,716 attendees last year, 19,166 of whom came from outside the U.S., combined with South by Southwest's Gaming Expo and Education Conference. The 2019 event drew 400,000 attendees. Organizers said an economic impact report is estimated that it contributes about $355.9 million to the local economy. But this will be the first time since '87 that the event has officially been canceled. It is very sad, but again, caution is always key. It's always best to have caution when you're dealing with situations like this. We will definitely let you know more about upcoming festivals that have been canceled here at That Nerd Show due to the coronavirus. But right now, this is the first major film festival that has been canceled. Pardon the interruption while you watch this fantastic video by That Nerd Show, but we wanted to remind you that when you're done, go to mynerdswag.com and check out all the cool swag that we sell to help support this great news outlet. Yeah, if you like funny gaming or pop culture retro t-shirts, we have them. If you want a fantastic nerd bracelet, show your love as a nerd, we have that. We are also the home of the Baby Yoda t-shirt. That's right, we got a Baby Yoda t-shirt that you can buy and help support That Nerd Show. So when you're done, go to mynerdswag.com, check it out, help support the show, and keep the lights on. Every purchase helps. And now we turn our attention to TV and streaming news. For fans of Lost in Space on Netflix, well, it has been renewed for a 3rd and final season by the streaming service. Showrunner Zack, Estrin inks an overall deal with the streamer. But anyway, Netflix renewed Lost in Space for the 3rd season to premiere in 2021. It will be the family sci-fi adventures last, featuring the conclusion of the Robinson family's epic space journey towards Alpha Centauri. As Lost in Space is coming to an end, Netflix is extending its relationship series with the producer and showrunner Zack Estrin, who signed a multi-year overall deal to produce a new series exclusively for the streamer. From the beginning, Estrin said, we've always viewed this particular story of the Robinsons as a trilogy, a three-part epic family adventure with a clear beginning, middle, and end. It's also worth noting that with these characters, with what these characters have gone through, just trying to survive each episode, if anyone deserves to catch their breath before the next mission, it's Will Penny, Judy Marine, John, Don West, and Dr. Smith, and of course the robot, Debbie, and as well as Debbie the chicken. So while this chapter of Lost in Space is coming to a rousing conclusion, he does also say that he's excited about continuing to explore new stories with his friends at Netflix, and for all the incredible possibilities that lie ahead. While the decision may have been driven by creative Lost in Space is the latest Netflix series to end after 3 seasons, it also comes from an outside studio, Legendary Television, as Netflix increasingly is producing the lion's share of its original series slate. Helped by its beloved IP, Lost in Space got off to a flying start in April 2018. According to data released by Nielsen, Lost in Space first season garnered 3.16 million viewers overall on its first day of the release. Netflix's third best premiere day of viewership of the year, behind season 2 of Stranger Things and the movie Bright. The series also became a pop culture breakout, with its sexy robot becoming a social media darling. Season 2 of Lost in Space, which was released in December of 2019, did not land on any of Netflix's top 10 most popular program lists of that year released by the streamer. It was still highly rated, even though that didn't happen. But Lost in Space is a modern reimagining of the classic 1960s science fiction series. Set 30 years in the future, colonization in space is now a reality, and the Robinson family is among those tested and selected to make a new life for themselves in a better world. But when the new colonists find themselves abruptly torn off course en route to their new home, they must forge new alliances and work together to survive in a dangerous alien environment, light years from their original destination. Netflix had this to say, Ted Biselli, director of original series at Netflix, we're so thrilled to share more adventures of the Robinson family and see their journey through to what is sure to be an epic finale. We're especially thankful to Zack, Estrin, Matt, Sazama, Burke, Sharpless, Kevin Burns, and John Jasani for helming Lost in Space, which has brought viewers a premium action-packed and visually spectacular series that the whole family can enjoy together, and we cannot wait for our family audience to see what season 3 will lead, or where it will lead. Lost in Space stars Toby Stevens, Molly Parker, Maxwell Jenkins, Mina Sudwell, Taylor Russell, Ignacio Cerricio, and Parker Posey. 2021 premiere date of season 3 of Lost in Space and Elaborate is to be expected. The gap between the original two was more than 20 months. Once we have a date on when the final season will premiere, we will let you know and watch it as well as tell you what we think. But it's one of our favorite shows here at That Nerd Show. So it's a bit sad that it's ending after season 3, but we can't wait for the final season. All right, another TV and streaming news. If you're a fan of Tina Fey and Robert Carlock, who brought you 30 Rock and The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt, well, guess what? Netflix has ordered 20 episodes of an animated comedy by the two. And their little Stranger and Bevel Gear, under the Little Stranger and Bevel Gears banners. Writer Sam Means from The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt 3 series, and of course 3 Arts Entertainment, Bento Box Entertainment, and Universal Television. Created and executive produced by Carlock and Means. After an alien attack destroys the Earth, what remains of humanity has a chance to start society over from scratch. But can we get it right this time? And does anyone know how to, farm? That's the basic description of what they're doing. But Tina Fey will executive produce via her Little Strange banner with 3 Arts, David Miner, Little Strangers Productions, Eric Gerwin, and Bento Box Scott's Greenberg and Joel Kawahara. Universal Television Division and NBC Universal Content Studios produces in association with Little Stranger. Faye and Carlock are writing and executive producing NBC's untitled LA Mayor comedy series starring Ted Danson, Holly Hunter, and Bobby Mohanan. The duo also are executive producing Girls 5 Eva, a comedy series for NBCU's upcoming streaming platform, Peacock. But Means worked on all 4 seasons of The Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt with Faye and Carlock, beginning as a producer, rising to executive producer for the 4th and final season. He was also executive producer, story editor for NBC's 30 Rock, and co-producer of Parks and Recreation. But, like I said, for fans of Tina Fey, we're going to get another series from her on Netflix, an animated series this time. And let's face it, everything that she pretty much does is always funny. We've always enjoyed her programming, as well as we know that many of you have too. So we look forward to seeing what this is, and we'll let you know what we think once it premieres. That's what's going on in the world of TV and film today. Now we turn our attention to gaming news. All right, so the big gaming news of the day. Call of Duty Warzone, the download. Well, that's their battle royale that's going to be free to play, and we're going to tell you how to get it on PS4, Xbox One, and your PC tomorrow. So, for anybody who already owns Modern Warfare, the first step is to make sure you have the full game downloaded. When you do, enter the main menu and Warzone will be an option, replacing what was previously called Classified. Since you already own the game, you'll have access to it starting at 8 a.m. Pacific time and 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, a 4-hour head start over non-Modern Warfare players. There will be a download approximately 18 to 22 gigs in size. Then once the download is complete, you can jump right in and play. If you don't own Modern Warfare, head to your respective store on consoles, the PSN store, the Microsoft store, and search for Warzone. If you're on PC, you can go to battle.net and install it, and it should pop up as an option on the left-hand side in the list of games. Unfortunately for you, it will be available starting tomorrow at noon as an individual download, and the file size will be about 83 to 101 gigabytes. Of course, that's quite a chunky download so make sure you're starting as soon as it becomes available, because it could take up to several hours depending on your service provider and bandwidth. But that's right, starting tomorrow, Call of Duty Warzone will be available free. And as the article said, if you already own Modern Warfare, the latest Call of Duty game that came out last year, well, you'll get a 4-hour head start. And that 4 hours is probably going to be needed to download it, since any update with Call of Duty these days ends up being around 20 gigs and seems to take forever. So we do recommend that you have plenty of hard drive space. Also, an extended hard drive is always good for your PlayStation these days if you own Call of Duty games. And you can get some pretty good prices on those at Fry's and Best Buy. In other gaming news, for fans that were going to be going to the Pokemon Go St. Louis Safari Zone, well, it has been postponed due to the coronavirus. Here are the latest details of what's going on with that. The Pokemon Go event set to kick off in St. Louis on March 27th has been postponed due to coronavirus concerns. The St. Louis Safari Zone event was supposed to run from March 27th to 29th as the first live event of its kind this year. Safari Zone events are regional specific and offer attendees a chance to travel to a city to capture Pokemon that aren't native to the region where the event is being held. Similar events have been taking place in France, Sweden, Germany, and more. The city of St. Louis was prepared for an influx of tourists during the Pokemon Go Safari Zone, so this cancellation will hurt more than the attendees. But anyway, if you bought a ticket for the St. Louis Safari Zone, you can request a refund via in-app support before March 25th. If you keep your ticket, you'll be able to use it for whenever the event is scheduled, as well as during special Safari Zone Pokemon encounter that will be activated globally during the original scheduled hours. That means you'll get a chance to catch rare Pokemon without having to travel to St. Louis during the weekend of March 27th. Only ticket holders will be able to participate in the weekend's Safari Zone. Now, according to an official blog post from Niantic, the other 2 scheduled Safari Zones are still scheduled to occur as originally planned, but the situation will be reassessed early next month. The Liverpool Safari Zone was scheduled for April 17th to the 19th, and the Philadelphia Safari Zone was set to kick off the weekend of May 8th. Niantic's other games, Harry Potter, Wizards Unite, and Ingress, may be impacted by the coronavirus as well. According to the press release, in-game Brilliant events will take place for Harry Potter, Wizards United players, but certain events such as Community Day may be postponed in areas with high risk of the COVID-19 strain. Ingress, the event plan currently remains the same. So keep up to date with those through your apps to see what's been affected by the coronavirus. But if you're out and about to do games like this, to go find your Pokemon and even Harry Potter, it's good to remain on the safe side because there's a lot of events that may be canceled. A lot of events that are coming up that may end up being canceled. And that's what's happening in the world of games, TV, and film for Monday, March 9th. And now to our question of the day. Today we want to remember a great classic actor, Max von Sydow, who passed away this weekend. So our question is, what do you think was his best role? Out of all the cult classic movies that he made, from Flash Gordon to Strange Brew, which we really love, to The Exorcist, The Seventh Seal, to The Greatest Story Ever Told, to even playing the Three-Eyed Raven on Game of Thrones, or having a short bit part in the new Star Wars canon, Lorne San Tekka. But he had incredible roles in many films over the span of 60 years. What are your favorite roles? What did you really like him in? Now, I know for nerds, it's easy to go to, the nerdiest of roles, the Three-Eyed Raven, or, Ming and Flash Gordon. And I admit, I'm one of those nerds that I'm going to always gravitate. They were great. It's funny to talk about the movie Flash Gordon. It really isn't a great movie. It's very outdated, but it's a cult classic. Even though it's kind of cheesy and stuff, it's always fun to talk to the cast about that, especially Sam Jones, who we've had a chance to interview. But my point is, there's so many great roles that I think Max von Sydow did, we want to talk about. Much like when Kirk Douglas passed away not too long ago. So we want to hear from you. What do you think was his best role? Even though we don't really cover religious movies here, even we have to admit that his portrayal of Jesus Christ in The Greatest Story Ever Told was phenomenal, and it was a great movie. But being able to play the Three-Eyed Raven in Game of Thrones, and to for one short season to kind of score an Emmy nomination, I thought that was incredible. It's too bad that his character was killed off, at the beginning of The Force Awakens, because I feel like there should be a lot more. There was a lot more that we could have, gotten from Lorne San Tekka about what happened to the Republic after Return of the Jedi, and how he helped Luke Skywalker find Jedi artifacts. I mean, we won't even get him doing voice roles in an animated series, which right now they're in development for a Luke Skywalker animated series. But he was incredible as the priest in The Exorcist. Nobody can take away the Seventh Seal. But the extremely loud movie, the kind of the post 9/11 movie with Tom Hanks, where he portrayed the estranged father and really didn't have any lines, but conveyed everything through emotion. But in remembering this great actor, what are your favorite roles? I will admit, for me personally, it's always going to be Strange Brew and Flash Gordon. They may not be great movies, they may be kind of cheesy, but this great classically trained actor owned those roles. But I personally have one more favorite that I really enjoyed him in. It's one of my favorite Robert Redford films, 3 Days of the Condor, where he played the assassin who was impartial and basically gave a little bit of, well, let's just say a life lesson in the intelligence community at the end of the film to Robert Redford's character. He was a great actor. He will definitely be missed. But tweet us out at That Nerd Show your favorite Max von Sydow roles. Tell us what you think was his best, or give us a list. We'd love to hear all of those choices. I'm Marcus Blake with That Nerd Show, and this has been your daily nerd news for Monday, March 9th, 2020. Until the next time, goodbye. Hello there, fellow nerds. I'm Marcus Blake, the editor and producer of That Nerd Show, and we need your help. That's right, we need your support. Like any news outlet, we rely on advertising and donations to keep the lights on. To be the greatest show in this universe, we need funding, and that's where you come in. Like most artists out there, we actually have a Patreon account, and we're asking for donations. But we're not just asking for you to give us money. We actually have stuff that we're going to be giving away if you donate. So we'll be uploading more and more videos to our Patreon account from YouTube, from our daily news to interviews with celebrities to gaming videos and all of our other individual shows that we are doing here in 2020. But to keep us going, we need a little bit of funding. And again, that's where you come in. So it can be as little as $1. $1 makes all the difference in the world. And you can do anywhere from $1 to $3 to $5, all the way up to $500. And we're going to be giving stuff away for your donations. So you could get some Nerd Power wristbands or any other wristbands from our series of wristbands that we're creating for nerds. You can get cool retro gaming t-shirts from our Nerd Swag shop if you make a donation of $20 or more. You can even get advertising on our website or within our videos if you make a purchase or donate $50 or more dollars. We have different tiers, like most artists. Want that new video game that's coming out this year? You want to be playing the same video game we are as we're reviewing it? Hey, you can do that with a $100 donation. Are you looking to get a new console before the year is out? Hey, $500 and you can get an Xbox One, a PlayStation 4, or even a Nintendo Switch. It just takes a little bit to help us. As little as $1 per video that we do. And we're going to have a variety of videos that you can help support. So if you like our content, if you like everything that we do as nerds, from honest conversations about pop culture to great celebrity interviews to wacky and fun gaming videos, then help support us on our Patreon account. You can check us out at patreon.com/thatnerdshow. You can check us out at patreon.com/that. Take 3. Go to patreon.com/thatnerdshow and make your donation today. Even if it's just $1, we would greatly appreciate it. Thank you and stay nerdy.